What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Tough Bucket Podcast. It's your boy, Tone. And on today's podcast, I have a very special guest, someone who I've known for years now. Years. I've known my guy for years, since I got to Dallas, actually. And I have been calling him the wrong thing for years. This is absolutely disrespectful and ridiculous. But welcome in my guy, Dorey. Everybody clap it up. Everybody. My guy. My brother. Appreciate you coming in. Reach over here. It's going to be awkward, I know. But
all good.
My guy. Appreciate you pulling up. How long have you been living in the Dallas area?
I'll say 2012, 13-ish.
Oh, so you've been here for a minute. Because I was looking on your Instagram today. Nomad, 75 countries. Yeah. Is that legit? You really been in 75 countries, bro?
I've been to quite a while. Basketball helped for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'm assuming that's what we're going to get to.
It's like pretty much when you go to Europe, everything is like 2 hours away.
Got you.
You can get on the train. I used to like just play, pack my bags, and
all on the weekend type deal.
Weekend, visit family. I got a lot of family in like France and Italy, stuff like that. So I would just go and see them every now and then.
Where were you born?
Senegal.
Senegal.
Yeah.
You guys have the best food so far. So I got a lot of guys out there. I don't want no problems. All I'm saying from my experiences, my guys that are from Senegal can really cook. So
it's okay. I got your back. They can come see me.
I appreciate that because I need a little backup for that for sure.
Yeah.
So when did your career start? When did we start playing basketball?
When I started playing basketball, I would say altogether, not just pro, right?
Nah, altogether. Just when we picked the ball up.
I started super late. I started when I was 17. So
damn.
Yeah, and then
what was your tall ass doing up until 17?
I was playing soccer like every other person, and playing tennis, also doing martial arts. That's what I was doing. I feel like when I was growing up, I probably played every single sport but basketball.
That's actually
it didn't make sense. I kind of have beef with my parents, like till this day, and like, why did you let me stray? And
it's hilarious.
In hindsight, I'm actually happy about it.
Yeah,
it kind of built me to be able to be like more durable for basketball.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it helps. Like all the other intangibles that you have. I feel like I'm a mobile big, so it helps all that stuff, throw movement, running, and all that kind of stuff. Doing track and playing tennis kind of help with that.
Martial arts. How tall were you at 17?
At 17, I was probably 6'9".
6'9", you was in martial arts?
6'9", 6'10"-ish. Yeah. I did 7 years of Kung Fu. And then,
Word.
Yeah, I'm a black belt, 3rd Dan, so.
Oh, that's why you be talking so much shit. That's why you be talking so loud. That makes so much sense because you can back it up. I like it.
Actually, I think that's because I'm not practicing anymore as much as I should, because usually you make me calmer. You practice and all that, and you get that energy out, it's your outlet.
Oh, okay.
But like basketball is that outlet. So
that makes sense because my guy, if you get him started, he'll end it. That's for sure. For sure.
I mean,
so the very first memories I have with you was hooping at maybe the Allen Lifetime. I think it was Allen Lifetime, bro. That's when all the pros are up there, bro. And at the time I was just trying to get acclimated in the Dallas area, or just the area in general. The guys know I can hoop type stuff. So I'm pulling up. Pros are in there. I'm happy that pros are in there and stuff like that. So I'm going at everybody type. I'm having a nice little day. And then I go up against you thinking it's sweet and stuff like that. I just wanted to challenge you. Nothing like, I just wanted to see what was out. And you blocked me and stuff like that. And you started talking crazy.
Sounds like
crazy. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't even know. It was like it was the type of talking you do with somebody you've known for a long ass time, and they're not gonna get mad. Like, you was coming out my neck. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And ever since then, every day I came up to that dude looking for your ass. Like, yo, what's going on? I need to see my guy.
That's what I expect. I want you to feel that way. But, it's funny because I have two completely different demeanors on and off the court. Because if you know me from playing basketball, you probably do not like me. And it's fine. I'm not on the court to be liked.
That's funny as hell.
Till this day, like, people have a love-hate relationship with me, mostly on the side of hate, and I'm cool with that. Like, you got to be a villain sometimes, and I embrace it to the fullest.
You gotta be a villain sometimes. I like that. Where you get that from?
This is my villain arc, so I'm not here to be liked.
I'm crying, bro.
If you know me though, like most people that are close to me know that, like, I'm chill. I would never be on something, But the intensity, like, I'm competitive and all that kind of stuff, it kind of makes you feel like, oh, this guy got a bone to pick with me, but I really don't. I'm just playing basketball. I don't like losing.
I think for me, it's easy to tell that apart. Or you can talk shit, but what are you doing right after the game? And you're talking to everybody right after the game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's chit chatting, talking about hoop stuff. You're giving people advice, trying to help them get here and there. Like you can see that instantaneous. You just a competitive ass dude, and it's very obvious in how you go. You're trying to help me out recently, trying to get over to some teams. So like,
I mean, I always look out for people. I don't like to talk about it. I'm not saying in the sense, I'm just like helping out people. No, I'm just doing it when I see that you have an opportunity and you can do something somewhere and I think of you, I was like, okay, I think absolutely this person would be perfect for this job. So why not just
And that's really how the basketball world works. Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. The whole it's not about it's about who you know more than what you do or whatever. Absolutely. It really works like that in the basketball world. I would say half the opportunities I've even had so far is because I knew somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even necessarily think or know how good I was, but word of mouth. This person knows this person. They said I was good enough. They probably give me an opportunity off that type of stuff. So for all the hoopers out there, make sure you're not an asshole, man. Make sure somebody like you out there, bro. It's very important to have people skills out here nowadays, bro. There's nothing wrong with like my guy Ab. There's nothing wrong with talking a little shit in the court, man. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being a villain every now and then. But make sure you're definitely an upstanding guy.
I mean, it's definitely levels to it. You just don't want to be, I'm just not comfortable with losing.
Yeah,
I don't like that. So I don't like lazy people per se. You have outside the basketball court to be lazy, but not on the court. Especially when you're playing, and there are certain things that I don't take lightly. When some people start talking to me, or I see somebody get going, but you're just gonna keep letting them. Stuff like that. It just irks me. So I had to become this defensive player. And just build my identity behind that. I've learned to affect the game without, necessarily being on offense. Yeah. But, and sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you because people think that you can't do nothing else but play defense. So, for instance, we play every day, like how we are at the church. Somebody that doesn't know me will come and see me take a jumper and be like, man, what is that? You know what I mean? And just have that. But if you know me, you know that's a constant.
That's the shot.
I'll have some off days, but you'll be like,
as anybody.
Yeah, I'll be shooting. You want to, contest that.
Yeah,
it's
for
not
sure.
A fluke. So, but
that left corner?
Yeah.
That left corner, that baseline? Yeah, get a hand up. It's going up.
Yeah, corner pocket. Yeah, I'm shooting that. I'm sorry. I've been there long. That's the shortest three. Why not capitalize, I'm not going to the top of the key like if I'm doing that, it's a heat check.
Absolutely, yeah. So how long of a basketball career have you had so far?
This is year 13 playing professionally.
That's crazy. So so you didn't play in high school at all? No. Any college?
Yes. I actually came to the U.S. for that. Okay. Got a scholarship. At first, I had a scholarship to play for Baylor. Went to get my visa because before, as an African kid, you got to go get your visa, get approved and all that kind of stuff. Tried to get my visa. It didn't work out because they were missing like $2,500 that needed to be allocated somewhere.
Wow.
And so that didn't happen. And I went back to school in Senegal. Yeah. And for 2 years, I tried to I've been getting other I-20s. These are called I-20s. That's like the paper that expresses the team's interest and helps you, be like a foreign student, blah, 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 to get here. So pretty much I've done that for several schools. But in the meantime, I had a coach from New Mexico State. His name is Marvin Menzies. Okay. So he made the effort to actually come and see me in Senegal while recruiting and stuff. So that was a good thing. And absolutely. As opposed to all these guys that were talking to me, I just had a rapport with this person that I've seen. As opposed to talking to them over the phone, he made the commitment. So I just went to New Mexico State. I applied for the visa. It worked out. And
that's dope. Yeah. Man, I ask all that because everybody so far I've had on here has had such an interesting path to and I feel like it's going to be like that for very few times I think I'm going to have on the show where somebody planned on, going through high school, doing whatever, going to college, and then getting overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very few. Like, the path to overseas is like, you can't plan that out for the most part. No. So, didn't play no high school. Man, Jay didn't play basketball. He didn't play any varsity basketball until like the last 2 games of high school.
That's insane.
And he played 14 years overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, Like,
that's a blessing.
That's Brinsley was 5'7" getting out of high school.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like type. Oh, let me not lie. Cam was the only guy who was like he was him since high school. Cam was him.
Okay.
Cam was him in high school for sure.
Okay.
Go check that episode out. Everybody, go check Cam out. He was definitely him since high school. He was at the LeBron camp and all that good stuff. He led EYBL and scoring some crazy stuff like wild. Cam was wild. But you, no high school, trying to figure it out, trying to get over to the States in college.
I had
Man,
no
dude,
idea, man. I had to learn on the fly. So
that is crazy.
something that I was always is athletic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll say I have a little IQ about the game, so I knew how to like do certain things, blocking, rebounding. I had a knack for that.
Yeah.
Naturally, so especially shot blocking.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's a pride thing. It's just effort, really. So,
Yeah.
And I was giving effort, you know.
Damn, dude, that's dope. So, how long were we at New Mexico?
I was there for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I had to transfer because the funny thing is they say that in college you're supposed to be a student athlete.
Yeah.
So to explain this, I was not eligible to play Division I anymore.
Okay, clock.
No, not because of clock, because technically I've never played basketball back in Senegal. However, I had too many credits to actually be able to play in Division I.
I understand.
So I was a double major, computer science and business. So that was I had a lot of.
That's a crazy combination.
Yeah, I
Basketball
remember,
player.
Yeah, I remember. I
science.
finished like with like probably 230 credits.
Damn.
Like yeah, I was. It was too much. So come to find out, when I came to the U.S., I came in as a transfer in school.
Yeah.
So when I came in, I was already a junior in school.
Oh wow.
As opposed to being a true freshman.
Yeah.
But on the court, I was a freshman.
Freshman. Yeah.
So those two could not work. So long story short, we tried. I tried to make an appeal and be a grad student at North Texas.
Yeah.
Around the same time as Tony Mitchell was going there.
Yeah.
So we tried. That didn't work.
Damn.
And then after that, they told me that there was a school around here called A&M Commerce.
Yeah.
And I ended up going there.
I know A&M Commerce.
Yeah, spent my last 2 years there.
Oh, I definitely know A&M Commerce.
Yeah.
I went to Angelo State.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were in the same conference.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice. Okay, and my cousin, shout out to my cousin. She's like in the record books up there. So A&M Commerce, we graduate there. How was our career? How did we like our college career for the most part?
My college career was, like, to be frank with you, trash. No,
I wasn't expecting that.
No, I mean,
the energy was. I wasn't expecting.
Oh, we're being transparent. Like, you know, my best game was locking up poor George when he was at Fresno State. He was playing the 4, and my stat line was 1 point and probably a bunch of rebounds and blocks. You know, that's my best game. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I had the best basketball career.
That's hilarious, bro.
Like I just made in college, and then while people were, you know, they've been to high school, they've been doing all that kind of stuff, learning basketball. I was learning as I was going in college. So technically, I'm not even varsity level over there, but all the intangibles and stuff like was enough to have the potential to go to school. So in New Mexico State, it was rough. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that like even with that, if like the potential was met and I've actually done my job, work hard to be, you know, like what I was supposed to be. Yeah. They probably would have put in more of a fight to keep me at that school and find loopholes and stuff. Yeah. But if it's like not panning out, it's a extra scholarship, they're probably going to facilitate your exit, which is fine. And, you know, I would not do it any other way because of the path that I had and what it led me to and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm very thankful for that. So in Texas A&M Commerce, it actually worked out a little better. Yeah. However, I was met with different things. Like, so I wouldn't say that I was locked in when I was at New Mexico State. Got you. I didn't know the difference between D1, D2, and I had no idea. You could be like D3 and I didn't know what the difference is. So I just came in, you know, I wasn't really infected by the basketball bug yet. Yeah. But when I did, it was too late, and I didn't know that I was going to change schools. Like, when I started locking in and being into it, like, I can even see the shift in my style of play the summer where I was leaving. Got you. You know what I mean? Like, I could see the change. Some of the stuff that coaches say finally clicking in. To this day is happening where I'm like, oh, this is what the coach was
trying to teach me back.
But I'm getting that, and I'm constantly running. Yeah. One thing that was always happening, though, is if you show me once, I'll get it. Yeah, facts. Like, I'll always get it, like, if you show me. So it was just, like, a matter of doing reps, like, little things, skipping on exercises, call it, in the weight room, like not wanting to go through that because I just wanted to go through the basketball,
Yeah.
you know, and the little trying to cut corners instead of like doing the work, working, you know.
And that just came a little later.
Yeah, that came definitely a little later when I started to like basketball.
Yeah.
At first, I was doing basketball because people were telling me I should be good at it.
Yeah.
As opposed to me believing, okay, I could do that. That didn't happen till I started going back home.
That's actually an interesting topic because most guys, if I see a 7-footer, I'm on the same type of time. Like, what are you doing? Like, why
I started playing because of peer pressure, 100%. Everybody kept asking me, yo, bro, what are you doing? Go play some basketball. My neighbor is like probably one of the oldest basketball players to ever touch a ball in Senegal. And he was like, yo, nah, you coming with me, bro. Like, let's go. He was like, let's go. And I just did it.
I'm sorry. That's good. That's helpful. You studied computer science. So you don't. So for me, for example, basketball was always supposed to be like my way out. You know what I'm saying, type deal. That's not necessarily wasn't the picture for you, like growing up at all. You definitely had different avenues, different like. That's just a different mindset because I've always just wanted to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like especially through high school. Like I'm not thinking about nothing else but basketball. You know what I'm saying? So for you to go into college, for one, already have another idea of something you can be good at and wanting to do. Like that's just a different mindset for me. I can't even imagine going through college, not even like for quote unquote loving basketball yet. Like I wouldn't be in school. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's why your story is crazy to me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even be in school if I didn't love basketball, for lack of a better.
The first year that I came here, I was on pace to get my bachelor's already when I was in Senegal. So I graduated early.
Yeah.
If I kept up with basketball solely, I probably would have had my PhD around like 23. I mean, school. If I kept up with school alone and did not play sports, I probably would have been on pace to get like a PhD at 23 or 24. Damn. 100%. Because one thing that's happening, we have one extra year in high school.
Okay.
So instead of 12, it would be 13. Like technically, you know, and then in college we'll have 3 years.
Okay.
Instead of 4.
Got you.
So when I came to the U.S., I've already done my 2 years and had one semester left to graduate from my bachelor's. So when I came in, I transferred my credits over.
Got you.
Took on the double major, the second major, and then did that so I can actually play basketball. They tried to get me to get like a BS degree.
Yeah. The interdisciplinary. I can't.
Whatever they wanted me to do, so I can be malleable for practice. I did not go for that because I'm like, if I don't pursue the career that I said I was gonna, my parents are not having this. I'm African. I'm not built the same. They don't believe in sports. So that's what I'm saying. People think it's a joke. It's not. They do not care. If you're not a doctor, lawyer, engineer, you have failed at life. You know what I mean? And I have pretty progressive parents. They let me rock. Like, you know, they just told me, like, make sure that you balance it, basketball and, you know.
Trying to get.
So.
Which I think is very important. That's something I think I for sure was lacking in my come up through this whole thing. Just being able to, you know, just in case have a plan B, or not even just a plan B, just be able to be good at something else. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to have.
Bro.
Especially
this era,
especially this era, bro. Especially this era, bro. The things cost. You gotta be able to do things and shit like that. So sometimes, you know, it's a pathway to get to the checks when it comes to basketball, bro.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it takes a little ways to get there. So sometimes it'd be nice to have something you can fall back on until you get there, or maybe even after that. So sometimes what people don't understand. I think a lot of the times I talk to people, they think as soon as you say you played overseas, that means you're making bread.
Like for sure.
They think you're making buku amounts of money.
They have no idea about the levels and intricacies that
levels, bro. There's levels, bro. Like
there's overseas, and overseas. You know, and there might be another overseas that you don't even know. You know, like there are guys literally that you're playing against that you would think that you're better than.
Yeah,
or
for sure.
You think that they're just cruising, they're not doing enough or whatever, they're good enough, whatever you may say. They might be making in 1 month your career earnings. So
yes, bro.
You know, and I see it a lot.
Yes.
It's never the guys that you think.
It's
always
never the guys.
This guy's cold, blah blah blah. Yeah, all right. He's cold. You know, his bank account can tell.
Yes,
you know?
bro.
So this happened a lot.
That's a fact, though.
You know?
That's really a fact. I just saw recently where I was in Mexico, bro. Like I'm over here, like slaving on the court, trying to go crazy. I'm having a decent little stint while I'm there, and I'm playing against guys, and I recognized one of them from high school. So we chit chat, and I just asked him like, "Yeah, bro, how much you making?" Because he was in a better city than me, so I was just like trying to compare. He told me something that was 4 times as much as I was making, and I looked at him. I look down at the ground.
And you're like, we in the same league.
We're in the same league, brother.
Different level, brother.
I'm like, holy shit. It's
I
like,
can tell you, rule of thumbs right now, top 4 teams got the purchasing power. The lowest team would act like they don't even belong. And then there are teams in between that might have or might not. You know, that's exactly how it is. You know, 4 teams are just waiting to get relegated. Yeah. The in-between teams, they're just happy to be there.
Happy to be there, like, bro. Happy to be there,
so
bro.
You have to know what kind of market you're in.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll say this. If you're a hooper and you're going overseas, which most of you are, because the NBA is not
tough.
Tough is an understatement. It's not enough spots, bro. It is not.
For sure. It's not.
You're talking to a 7-footer right here. My chances of getting to the NBA are higher per se than a guard.
Yes, bro.
Because it's so many of y'all.
Exactly.
Not many of us. And even us, it's not that easy. They go off potential. You see how like you have guys that are like 7+.
Yeah.
Getting X'd out of the league because now the league is changing.
Yeah.
And you have guys that need to be able to cover the perimeter and play defense that before was never the case. I was just on Instagram going ham with the group in the group chat because they were talking about Rudy Gobert and his coverage of, you know, in general of the perimeter. I'm like, first of all, he's not even supposed to be there.
But he gets too much hate, in my personal opinion.
Because he's making the money.
A lot of money.
It comes from hate and envy. And that hate, you know, just let that man make it, bro. Like
oh my God, he gets way too much.
It's a lot of intangible that the guy does, you know.
For sure.
Like, and I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna see that. Oh, look, it's Ab. He's talking his bias. No, I'm not. But I'm telling you, watch how this guy runs down the floor, like, you know, rim to rim.
Yes, bro.
And what kind of offense it creates.
Yes, bro.
So when you play behind me and you see me, like often what do? I'll make you a sign, tell I'm about to screen. I'm just running down towards your guy. And what does that do? He has to, like, find a way. You could just navigate and go. He does that to perfection.
Yes, bro.
Every team that he's been on, defensive rating has, like, increased tremendously.
Yes, bro.
So, long story short, like, those are the little things that you have to do to stay in the league.
Yeah.
Those guys from my country, Taco Fall, he was 7'6". We were like, oh, he's going to have a great time in the league. They got him out of there.
Yeah.
But he could do something.
For sure.
He's in China killing.
Without a doubt.
You know, it's a lot of 7-footers in the DFW Metroplex that, you know.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy how many
like,
7-footers out there.
These guys are nice. They should be in the league. They couldn't last. And it's not because they're not good enough.
Yeah.
It's just
league is
they
changing.
weren't fit. It's about timing, the need of the team at the moment, and, you know, just who you are as a player and your identity. That's all it is, you know.
Which is why there's a lot more spots overseas right now.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're hooping right now, you're definitely looking at it. You should be looking at overseas.
And even that is getting scarce. Scarce. Sorry. So it's getting real scarce. And if you don't like plan for that outcome and just like fixate on, you know, NBA or
make it an
whatever,
option.
Yeah, that would be silly. It would you know, I like the energy, I like the will, and, you know, saying, oh, plan A, just plan A, there's no plan B. But honestly, sometimes you have to be realistic, and that's what's missing in the basketball community these days, especially with the young guys. They like don't have people in their corner that just looks at them and tells them like, yo,
keep
bro,
it real, for sure.
If you do that, they'll call you a hater.
Absolutely,
because they're used to hearing what they hear.
Absolutely,
so,
bro.
You know,
if I had the inclination that overseas was a real possibility and not just headstrong, I'm trying to make it to the league when I first got out of high school and in junior college and stuff. I'm in junior college thinking, I'm going to make it to the league or shit like that. If I would have put all that energy into getting overseas ready, European basketball ready, that type of deal, really focusing on that, I would for sure be there right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Killing right now, because I would have the mindset to get there. I would know what I'm supposed to be working on, how the game works, who's making money in my position. That's how I try to model my game after that.
Yeah.
And I think now that people are seeing how much money is being made overseas, it's being more, it's more transparent for like the higher leagues, of course, like the Euro leagues.
They have to.
Yeah. So it's being more transparent now. So people are, you know, hearing about overseas more. So it's becoming more of an option. So now they're open to it. But I don't think people realize there's still other options. It's not just breaking bank bread and then no money at all. There's a lot of people in that middle ground who are making great livings for themselves. And sometimes when I talk to people, like my end goal is not to become a millionaire off of playing the game of basketball. I want to make enough money in my lifetime. For one, I want to travel. Like let's just call it is what it is. I want to use the game of basketball to be able to travel the world, make some money in the meantime, get to see as much as I want, and then be able to make or whatever earnings I use from that, be able to start the second half of my career or second half of my life type stuff. It's not always about being able to make life-changing bread or stuff like that. And I think that's where people get the whole, I need to make it to the NBA and all that stuff. Like, yeah, like that'll be great and everything, but there's also great alternatives to that. And I feel like this platform I'm trying to create right now is what was, it's going to highlight that type of stuff.
That's good. That's a good initiative. For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for that. You never know how you can like help, somebody else get a perspective that they.
Oh, for sure.
Because we're not that transparent in this community. At least not all of us.
Yeah.
A lot of people are misleading some of the younger guys.
Oh, for sure.
Because the male ego is involved. We try to like appear to be who we're not.
Oh, bro.
Sometimes just to like keep up with,
keep it with the Joneses.
Yeah, the Joneses, man. But that's a scary path.
It's a slippery slope, bro. It's definitely a slippery slope, man. I was out when I was in Mexico, bro. I'm talking to these other guys, tryout guys, and I'm talking to this guy, and he's just making it seem like he got everything figured out. Like he got his next spot figured out, all this other good stuff. And he doesn't. And it's like, and we get to a situation where we're both out, all this other good stuff. I'm hitting him up, trying to see what he got going on. He's over here, at the house, at the crib, and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta lie. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta lie to me. We're in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be unimpressed. Like, I'm trying to get a job just like you trying to get a job.
Bro, the more you like talk to people, the more you realize, oh wow, they're in the same boat as me.
Same boat, bro.
But you would never think.
Never.
So,
yeah.
You haven't made the effort to talk. Mm-hmm. So one thing about me also that might not make people per se like me is that I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to kill your ego or anything, but I'm just letting you know, like, bro, that's not realistic. But I'm not saying you can't do it. Obviously not.
Yeah.
My God, I'm not going to tell you what you're going to do. But if I have your best interest at heart, like, hey, that's not going to happen. Realistically, this is where you're going to be.
Yeah.
I've presented you
Absolutely.
jobs with, and I told you, hey,
the straight and narrow.
Oh, this is what I want. I was like, nah, I don't think.
And he said, nope, it's not happening over here. I said,
if you do this, you might get
to that
this and that. That's pretty much what it is.
And those people are necessary in your life, by the way. Yeah, to keep it real, mugs. Like that's very necessary.
You need that. You might not like them in the moment, but one day it's gonna hit, and that's the day. You just pray that it's early when it hits, not too late while you're in that whirlwind and just like, wow, I'm lost. I need this, so that's just what it is, bro. And just to give you an example, let's just take a player that goes overseas, makes about 30K. He comes back and tells somebody that he made 30K for the season. That's a low paying job, right? However, let's put it in perspective. You like the person that's making 30K in the US and the guy that's making 30K in Europe. Those are two different people.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's say I'll even take it as far as saying you're making 100K in New York or something, and then or anywhere. And I'm making 30K in Europe playing basketball. I don't have to – it's post-tax.
Yes.
It's not tax-free money. It's just post-tax. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
They take care of the tax. So whatever price they're negotiating with you as a player, it's after taxes. Mm-hmm. So they tell you 30K, you're getting net 30K.
Yeah.
They're going to pay for your room and board, and they're going to pay for your travel, housing, food, and all that stuff, depending on the contract.
Yeah, for sure.
And you might get bonuses and incentives for every game. I have this thing that I do with my contract sometimes. I put $100 for every block that I get. Most people, $100 for every block that I get after 5 blocks. So when I talk to you as a how do you call it, as a
GM
team or GM, 5 blocks, that's enough. But I know what I could do.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had seasons where I've averaged like 7 plus 9 blocks a game.
Oh, damn.
So that's what I like to do, and I know how to do it. So it's been games where I've got like a lot of money. I've had 23 blocks in one game. So imagine the kind of money that I would have made. I was mad because I couldn't. I didn't put it in that contract, and I was really pissed off. So it's just like something that I really was upset about. But if in other circumstances, it would have been perfect. But long story short, you have 30K.
Yeah.
When you come back, you've been there for 7 months.
Yeah.
You got 30K in your pocket after 7 months. The guy that's working here and making 100K, paying for his food, paying for his housing, paying for other stuff, and then taxes hit you.
Yeah.
You guys in a different predicament. But they will laugh at you because you're making 30K.
Facts.
And you
facts.
feel like you should hide it because you're making 30K.
No, facts. No.
That's what I'm saying. You should not. You've gained more for a little bit of time. Now, where the difference lies is you've been playing for 7 months. When you come back, expenses
come back
kicking your ass.
Yeah.
So you
I
don't
was
have
just talking about this.
cushion. So because you don't know what's next.
Yeah.
You're waiting. Basketball is a game where you don't control your destiny
at all
half the time, if not more. So you have the unknown, and you have to plan for that period where you got to train, eat right, stay ready.
Yeah,
for the
that part, staying
that you don't
ready
know when it's coming. So those things, like, that's so much, like, it's so hard to balance. So
especially if you don't have like the right type of support system or something like that. Yeah, for
you
sure.
have to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead, and if you don't do that, you're gonna be like down bad quick.
Oh, for sure.
So, but anyway, that's what I'm saying. You're making that. So when somebody makes 100K overseas, now you got more over there because you got 100K in your pocket.
Yeah,
you don't have to spend anything over there. So that gives you a little bit of edge versus the guy that's here.
Yeah.
However, when you come back, the playing field is leveled by that little period where downtown where you're not working.
You're not working. For
so
sure.
That's where being smart comes in. to where you start working towards your exit plan.
That part.
You're playing.
That part. You definitely have to be working towards that.
I'm doing digital marketing right now.
I did see that. I've noticed that. Yeah.
I make websites for people. I like creating brands for people.
Yeah.
So I like bringing people's ideas to life. So that kind of gives you the cushion between playing or not. And that also allows you to, how do you say this, select your jobs, not just doing it out of desperation, rather than just the right fit.
I like that.
I've seen people that have taken jobs solely because bills are due. And you have to do what you have to do.
Absolutely.
Go in there
for sure.
Have extra stress. The fit is not right. This is not what you want. And then you end up,
playing bad, not playing your way.
Exactly.
Playing
the
sent
home.
Sent home just because you
want
not
that. As opposed to the guy that just waited.
Yeah.
Got
the right
not
opportunity.
Everybody has that opportunity. Like you said, you mentioned it earlier. You said that some people is their way out.
Yeah.
So when it's your way out, you're hungry. You're just, I'm going to make the best out of it. And the biggest mistake people make is thinking that overseas is light. And it's easy work.
Please speak on that. Please speak on that.
Are you wrong?
For me, my thing was my first stint was France. Like the culture shock alone was just enough for me, just like to I had to take a couple of steps back and just what is going on? I'm talking to I'm at the bar or something like that. I'm talking to 16-year-olds at the bar. I'm like, yo, what
is going on?
What is going on right now? It's just culture shock and stuff like that, and just the way people treat you, and when you're American or how they look at you and stuff like that. You're like, yo, I didn't even know. I didn't know it was like that. How people looked at Americans and stuff like that.
You were gonna learn a lot, bro.
For sure.
That's what it is.
Where's your first place you played out of college?
I played in Georgia.
Georgia? The Georgian League they have 3
Super League.
Super League, right?
Super League. I know that they have an A League something.
Yeah.
And then I think they have a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was playing there. I was playing in a city that was called Kutaisi, and then they mainly played. There was a city that was all about basketball. They were
really?
Not soccer. They were basketball.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good city right there. It was a good experience.
What was one thing that you wish you knew starting off on your overseas journey? Looking back now.
One thing I wish I knew. How to capitalize on the network that you are going to build over there. So, I would have been more assertive into, building relationships and getting contacts, keeping in touch and all that stuff. Because what you're learning right now, especially as you're getting older, most of those guys that you're playing, that were playing with you, are now becoming the GMs, the agents, the owners, the coaches. So that's a good network to have, especially if you're a player, because as a player, your career, your image, and how you've played is your resume. So those guys will always call on to you when they need something, whether it's for your services again, or recommendations. So that's gold.
That's literally how I just got my last job. That's literally how I just got my last job, for sure.
I feel like that's more valuable than money sometimes.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
I left them like that. What are the top 3 qualities every professional basketball player needs?
Qualities. patience.
Off the rip. I was hoping you said it off the rip.
Like that's if you don't have patience, just quit now.
Now. Oh
God. You
God.
don't have to do it. And when I say patience, I'm not just talking about waiting for something. No. I'm talking about mentally, physically, like you have to be on point. Like
speak on it, bro.
Don't rush. Don't think everything's gonna happen when you think it's gonna happen. Yep. Don't take things for granted. Live in the moment and just like be present. Most people give themselves unwanted and unneeded stress just thinking of what could be.
Yeah.
Instead of
Facts.
what they're doing right now. And the other thing I'll say is always do what you can with what you have at the moment. Mm-hmm. Don't try to a lot of people try to reinvent themselves for a situation. That's the worst thing you could do. Play to your strengths. Do what you know that you're good at and just reinforce that.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily try to do everything. But which we always are put in the situation to be kind of hero ball and all that kind of stuff. That is not going to work pretty well for you. Just do what you're
do what you're good at.
Do what you're good at, and also have short-term memory.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, you have to have short-term memory. You got to flush quick and just
because you have to perform. Yeah, you have to perform.
What is good or bad? I'll say bask in the good for sure because it's good to build your confidence, which is super key for any athlete. I'll say, but if you don't have short-term memory and the ability to bounce back quick, you'll be out of there because you won't be able to get out of a slump. Yeah. The games, depending on your situation, we go back to overseas and overseas. Some people are overseas, they play 1 game a week. Yeah. Some people are overseas, they play 3 games. Now, that 3 game a week has a better potential to be able to flush quick because he knows that every other day he has a game. Yeah. But if you have a bad game
once
a
week,
and you know that you're going to practice 5 days, don't let your luck be with a Serbian coach. Lord have mercy, bro. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm having PTSD right now. They'll make you work, bro. Ask anybody that comes to your park. Ask them if they had a Serbian coach. They know what I'm talking about.
Man, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to lose not doing what was on the game plan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you spend a week thinking about it. Yeah, practice is going to be rough. Everything's going to be rough. You have to bounce back quick. Just it's not you. It's just basketball.
Facts.
That's the one thing that I wish I learned earlier. It's just basketball.
It's just
most
basketball.
People don't understand that. No matter how you look at it, it's just basketball. Facts. You know how to play. You've played before. It might be a tougher situation. It's just basketball. It's not.
Just putting a little extras on it for sure.
That's it, bro.
I like that. So patience, do what you know how to do, and have a short-term memory. Absolutely. I definitely like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm happy this is because I want to hear about these 29 block or 12 hour. What is it? Most memorable game while playing overseas and why?
Most memorable game while playing overseas.
If it's not the 29 whatever block game, you can add that as an extra game.
I'll talk about it. I had 23 blocks.
23. There
23. I don't have the film of that 23, but I have the film of a 22 game. So it wasn't once that I've done that. And when I say that, sometimes it's crazy. I almost average triple doubles sometimes. And a lot of people like to fact check. You can check Eurobasket, you see it. The last one that you will see is probably when I played in El Salvador. Yeah, I had several games that I played, and it was the stat lines. I had more blocks than points sometimes because that's what I was focused on. We had the bucket getter. Yeah. And, I'll get all the rebounds, I'll block everything. Yeah. So it's just, But the 22 block game, that's verifiable. You can go on my page, on my Instagram. You could probably see it there on YouTube. And it was crazy, we just needed to win by a certain amount of points. The GM talked to me before the game. We win this, I'm giving you bread. And I was already fired up because I didn't like the team that we were playing against. One of the guys that were on the team, he just irked me. The way he played, he did something to one of my players that I didn't like, and he just shoved him and elbowed him to the point where the guy was bleeding, and he was one of the young guys on the team. And if it was anybody, I would have been tight. So he did him like that. I didn't like it because he felt like he was above them, and so I took it personal, which I do a lot. I take a lot of stuff personal. So, and when it's like that, I promise you, it's gonna be a dark day. Yeah, people, bro, I don't care. A lot of people probably will say, "Oh, Ab is trash. Ab can't do this because, like I said, they don't like who I am," and I'm fine with that. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to be like. I'm not claiming to be the best player ever.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that you would never say. I've cooked Ab because
I like it.
I play defense like my life depends on it. So if I don't, it's because like I'm really upset. Now, if I feel like you guys are taking me for granted, especially as guard, you played on my team before. You can see the intensity.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to play defense? I bet get screened a couple times. Now you see my value a little bit. You know, let me let you get blown by. You see what happens. You know, stuff like that. But when I'm locked in and I tell you, bro, you're not gonna. I don't care if you're a guard, whatever position on the court. I just feel like effort is what I control. So I can control that. If I know that I can't guard you, I'll hack. People look at fouls as a bad thing.
Yeah.
I look at them as I get to foul 5 times in the game. If you're lucky to be in the NBA, you get 6 times to foul. Why should it be negative? Use them wisely. That's just what it is. I'm just serious. You got to use them wisely.
Right,
it's part of the game.
And then real defensive talk right there.
Sometimes you just have to like chin check somebody. Just find out what they're made of.
Hold on. What did Mazzulla just say recently? Mazzulla just said that we need to bring back fighting in the league.
No, he's not lying, bro. I mean, fighting is a little bit extreme, but I understand what he's saying. We can't play and everybody's buddy.
Yeah.
Right now, you need to hate me because I just whooped you, and then when you come back, bro, I'm just gonna go back to the church. How many times, you remember that there was like a good 2 to 3 week stretch that we were like, no, we are not changing the teams.
Oh, yeah.
We want to play the same squads because it was intense, bro. It was intense.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you need that.
For sure.
But guess what? After that, what people talk about, let's go eat over here. Let's go. It's not animosity.
Facts.
It's basketball. We're not supposed to be like dapping each other up and laughing and all that. It's not fun like that, bro. Like
it's not.
You're cooking me like, no, I can't take that. Next day, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to be mad, sleep, think about it the whole time, and be like, nah.
That is my biggest pet peeve is when, and I'm now in my late, I used to not talk that much crap. At least to my friends. I talk crap to my friends, stuff like that. But now, and especially in the runs, bro, if dudes aren't playing or they're not playing hard, like, okay, I gotta talk shit for you to get going. I'm gonna start talking shit because I want to compete today. Like I have to drive 50 minutes to that gym, bro. I gotta drive 50 minutes. I'm gonna get something out that workout, brother. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna start talking smack. We're gonna hoop. I'm gonna pick up 94 feet if I got to. We're gonna get something out of the day. Definitely gotta compete. Yeah, now you a little big and get under your skin a little bit.
Bro, for sure, you have to. And then after that, I understand. As long as it's kept within basketball, it's not crazy, you know. And you just transfer that. That's when like you get out of pocket, you know. And
you have to be able to know when to turn it up. That goes to both sides too. Like you have to be able to know that I have to turn it down, and the other person, even though they haven't turned it down yet, or something like that, you got to like, okay, they haven't turned it down yet. I don't need to react to them.
Yeah.
They need to know that, yo, bro, it's just basketball, bro. I'm gonna let you cool down a little bit, but you know, I go through that all the time because I am an agitator these days. So
for sure, like that happens.
So is that your most memorable game?
I mean, that's one of them.
Okay,
but then the other memorable game, like I still can digest, is also when I was saying in El Salvador, we were winning. We were up 2-0.
Yeah.
We lost that championship. We just needed one more win, and we lost 3 straight.
Until
this day, I can't digest that. Like it's really like bothering me because I was like,
you got a Warriors collapse in this month.
I had how do you call it? I had incentives on winning.
Yeah, of course.
Defensive player and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, what the hell? And the reason why I'm saying this, till this day, I don't know if I legit lost or if somebody sold because there were rumors. Oh, that's why I'm hurt.
That's tough.
Yes. So the other guy that was there.
That's another thing, though. These.
It gets tricky.
It gets tricky, brother.
It's entertainment, all right. So.
It's entertainment for sure, bro. Because I was going through something while I was in Mexico, bro. You know, I was in one of the bottom teams, bro. One of the bottom teams. And we won a couple of games that we probably wasn't supposed to win type deal. And my coach came out winning. We were winning games, should I say. Damn, I hope I'm not. Nah, I don't like that coach. He says, okay. We were winning games, bro, against teams we weren't supposed to be winning against, I'm assuming. And then literally at halftime, this motherfucker's bringing out lineups I ain't never seen been put out there before. I'm talking about I'm playing the 5, bro. I'm like, we have a 7-footer and a whole nother big. Why am I playing the 4 or 5 right now? I was like, I think we have a better. No, we were up. We were up, and it doesn't make sense. So I was like, yeah.
Bro, I've gone to finals before, and the guy came to the locker room. Yo, good job, guys, but I'm gonna need y'all to not win these games.
Shut the.
We were like, what are you talking about?
That's deep, bro.
Been to another team also that I played, and these guys were like, I'm playing, I'm over here hustling. I'm seeing these guys half stepping. And you know that's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, yo, what is going on? Why are you not playing?
Yeah.
So long story short, after the game, these guys tell me, oh, the guy told us that not to win these games. I'm like, for what? And he was like, oh, because if we win, they'll have to pay us the bonus, and they can't afford to play the bonus. Like, because they already, we were only supposed to maintain, and we ended up being in the finals of the league.
Oh, wow.
So they were just supposed to stay in the league because they were a first-year team that just moved up. And, you know, they just like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's insane. So I'm like, here's my thing. I'm upset. Why didn't y'all tell me so I don't go out there slaving? And 2, like, what the hell? Yeah. Why are we playing to not win?
That is
even if you come and tell us like, yo, we're not gonna pay y'all the bonus. But if you win,
yeah, for sure. Because that affects, you know, your next job. You know what I'm saying? Like your resume.
Yeah, and it did. That's what I'm saying. Because like, they were trying to figure out what happened, that collapse. What happened. Made it all the way. So, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But then that's what I'm saying. One of the intricacies of playing overseas. Yeah. You just have to learn and get used to it, pretty much.
If you could play on any team in any country, where would it be? If you could pick.
If I could play on any team?
Any team in any country.
Do I pick the time as well?
Ooh, shit. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead.
Lakers with Kobe.
Ooh. Why was I only thinking about overseas with that? Of course it'll be an NBA thing.
Yeah. I mean.
So, okay, so, no. Let's stay on this.
We can do both.
No. Because I have a question I want to ask everybody on the pod, and I just want to see what their think is. So, in your prime, okay, so you already picked the Lakers. In your prime, but I want to keep it in today's game. In your prime, if you get to pick any team of today that they're playing right now, and you get to pick the team, and you're going to be playing against Detroit Pistons, because that's just a laughing stock of the league right now. So I just picked them. Okay. You get to pick your team. I want to know your stat line. Okay. And yeah, and how you do in one game.
In my prime, one game. Pick a team to play with.
Pick a team you get to play on, and it was your stat line playing against the Detroit Pistons.
I would pick the Pacers.
Really?
Yes.
I like that. Okay.
Reasons why. I have a passing point guard.
Yeah, that's true.
Miles Turner's on that team. He blocks. He could shoot a little bit.
Yeah.
He gets rebounds. Physical big.
Yeah. That means
also Siakam. He's also like a 4-3. And a 4-3-4. Yeah. Like, he could do a little bit of all that. Yeah. So I feel like when I was playing, not saying that I'm comparing myself to those guys, but I could do a little bit of what they do. You know, so I feel like with that team and the way they were playing, moving the ball,
right now,
it would be them. It'll be them or OKC.
OKC, I said OKC too. Yeah, I just like the running.
I love how OKC is playing. So that when they get what's his name back,
Hartenstein. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nasty. Because
they made it with him all the way. Come on now,
it's gonna be nasty.
I love that team, bro. Like they were gonna look crazy.
What's your stat line?
My stat line.
Detroit Pistons.
You
are going against that big boy down there. What's his name? Jalen Duren.
Doesn't matter.
I like that.
Prime.
I did say prime.
Yeah, he's I'm taller than him. I would say. I'll start with blocks. I'll say I'll probably have like 5 to 6 blocks, maybe more. Actually, I'll say 7 to 8 blocks.
7 to 8 blocks.
Yeah, you said prime.
I did say prime, and it was one game. We're going for it. We're going for it.
I'm
going for it. I did say that. It's your one time. You got to show out.
I got to show out. I'm doing what I'm there for. Verticality. I'm in the NBA. They want you for verticality. I'm not there to score. That's you got to know your role. So I'll say maybe anywhere from 15 to 18 points and about 12 rebounds. And about 5 assists.
Oh, that boy say he going stupid. Oh, my God. That's a monster lineup, though. I like it. I see nothing wrong with it, too. I see nothing wrong with it, bro, because, for one, the jumpers, legit. Like, I've been.
They'll leave me open.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm good for, like, 5 of those a game. So they'll leave me open. And I know I'll get an alley-oop. They'll leave me open.
Yeah.
I could be out here, pushing it and saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to get 20. But I'm just saying, you say one game, I'm just trying to get
one. Yeah, one game.
I'm being conservative. I'm being conservative. But I can easily, I think, let's just put it this way. As a big, I feel like you should get like at least 2 buckets.
Oh, for sure.
Running the rim.
Oh,
that's 4 points.
Yeah.
I'll get alley-oops, a couple. That's another 4 points. That's already 8.
Yeah.
The jumpers, I'll say 2. That's another what?
12
right there. You know I'm going to try to shoot a quarter pocket 3. There's the 15. I'm going to get an and one. He's going to hack. He's built like Deji. So he's gonna hack me. And, so I'm going to get the free throws. Yeah. So, yeah.
Shout out to Dej, man. Shout out to Dej, bro. I'm going to get him on the pod. Oh, my God. I'm going to get him on the pod.
Must, bro.
Oh, my Dej.
It's a must.
Dej, I'm going to get you on the pod, big dog. Big bro, I'm going to get you on the pod. I have to. That's going to be the funniest shit ever. That's going to be the funniest shit ever. I already know it is.
For sure.
I like it. I like the stat line. I think that works. I have no problems with that.
Yeah. I ain't going to sit here and tell you I played 30. No, for what? No.
I have no problems with that.
Cool with that.
Okay, what is an aspect about overseas basketball that you think you can shed light on or inform our audience that they probably wouldn't know? Any aspect, negative or positive?
I'll start with the negative. It will take a toll on you because depending on your personality. If you're going like wanting to do all that kind of stuff and want to go out, mingle, culture shock. One, language barrier. If you pick the country that's not, necessarily like speaking a language that you're familiar with, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
I speak about 5-7 languages, so I was able to actually talk like my native languages. Well, not native. My native is Wolof, but I could speak French, Spanish, and English. Like just right there, you've covered like a lot of countries. So that helped big time. I'm always willing to learn. I like learning new languages, so I have never had an issue with
that part.
So I'll always learn how to like get the food, going places, and how much and all that kind of stuff. So
wasn't that big, but it's still a toll though.
Yeah, for sure. But that's going to take a toll on you if
you're not that
adapt.
Person.
Yeah. So I'm pretty reserved myself, but there are certain things that you have to be able. There's a basic bare minimum that you have to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, so that's the negative. What's the positive?
Negative, and that's also a negative that can be turned into a positive.
For sure.
Depending on it's all about. So I can even expand on that and say how you treat your teammates also is very important.
That's extremely important, especially if you're the one American on the team.
If you go out there trying to be a superhero, those same locals will get you out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you forgot about it. You might be on a higher skill level than them, but you also need them.
Oh, that's for sure.
And that old head that's always in there smoking, like don't look like he's practicing, just shooting and not playing defense.
Yeah.
He's the coach. He makes the decisions. So if you upset him, just know that you're out of there.
Facts.
Your bags will be packed, and it will be over with. If you don't know how to read the room, you'll be out of there.
Oh, that's a fact too.
When it's time to get cut, you should notice that shift of energy in practice and everything. They will come and talk to you. Like you know what I'm saying? I've seen people cry and act like, call people over, fly people over like they were going to stay there. I'm like, you do not know how to read the room, sir. Like, you should not make any investment. You're about to be out of there. Especially in the market. The market you're in, I've seen people get cut during halftime.
Speak on the markets. What are the markets for in basketball? What do you mean by that?
So you have Latin American market, you have Middle Eastern, you have Europe, and you have Asia. All of them have different tendencies.
Yeah.
So just to give you something, Latin America cutthroat.
For
like
sure.
I was saying, I've seen people get cut at halftime. Their replacement was on the plane, coming in. Next thing you know, they come to practice, they show up, there's somebody warming up, same height and build, trying to take your spot, and you think it's a joke. You come in there, and you're done.
Yeah, bro.
So they will let y'all practice. Whoever wins out stays. Like they just keep you in one practice to see if this guy's actually legit, so they could use you for that one game. But they're still looking for your replacement.
Yes, bro.
So you're out of there. By that time, you're done. Middle Eastern, they want a superhero. They want somebody that does it. Like they're like combo players usually because they're like somebody that can do a lot.
Yeah.
They're not very. Let me not say this. I'm saying this the most respectful way possible. They don't have like the skill set or athletic abilities.
Yeah.
As we do.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
They need somebody that comes in and elevates.
They like the
so
entertainment
they like
part.
Scorers.
Yeah,
They like
yeah.
entertainment, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's what they want. So you can make a lot of money. You see people that make anywhere from 2,000 to other people making literally hundreds of thousands in the Middle East.
Yeah.
If you do your job right. Europe, they've been known to be like a very stable market.
Yeah, for sure.
And more about X's and O's.
Yeah, for sure.
It's levels. When I say it's levels, it's levels. There you have mid-tier, low-tier, high-tier, and all of them, you know, they just usually when you can last in Europe for a full year, that's a good sign.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good sign.
That's like a 9 to 10th month season.
Yes, and that means that you've done your job, and usually that equates to you like finding a higher tier job.
Yeah, for sure.
But the salary is not going to reflect that necessarily. It's a grind.
Especially those first like 4 years.
Yeah.
Those first 4 years in Europe are tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. And then last but not least, I would say Asian market, high yield. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's the one everybody. That's the one I want to get into right now.
It's a lot of money to be made.
That's the one I want to get into.
Seen.
I like the play style. I like the fandom. I like all of that stuff. I just
came back from China. Got my Kobe treatment. I put it on IG. Like people were laughing. I'm like, yeah. I
looks so
that
fire,
like,
bro.
wow. And I'm like, bro. Look, they just came from. Imagine these guys, bro, what they're gonna do. So I was like, that was just a good experience. These guys just want to see you play.
Yeah,
they get excited over everything. They genuinely just like sport. So
man, I tell people, so that is for the athlete, that's your first death. Like when you retire, bro, and you give up that fandom, like that like the like you don't not hearing your name being cheered for a dude or kids wearing your jersey or trying to get autographs, stuff like that. That gives you life, bro. It really does give you life. It makes the whole journey and all that stuff worth it, dude. I was in France, bro, making 1,000 euros a month. Like my first gig, 1,000 euros.
Yeah.
Plus room and board, of course, all that good stuff. Flights. I even got vacation flights and all that good stuff. So I was good on all that stuff. I just wasn't making that much, capital or whatever. But when I tell you the fans kept me motivated, brother.
I swear.
When I tell you, I'm walking in the streets, bro. And
money's no good. Sometimes that's what they said. Your money's no good. I remember when I was like literally playing in some countries. I come to the store. They were, you play basketball? Yeah, this is free.
I'm talking about. I'm at the little Asian market at France. I'm trying to get some noodles that I like, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I'm like, stop it. And then immediately after getting the nice free food, I walk outside. Antonio, like I'm just hearing my name by little kids being yelled down the street and stuff like that, waving and stuff like that. There's a group of kids like waving. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? This makes it like worthwhile. Just this feeling right here, bro. So I can only imagine it in China and stuff like that. I couldn't even see it all the time. I see it on your story and all that stuff, and just. It looks so amazing. It looks so amazing, bro. And that's I want to just speak on markets because I don't think people understand that it's not just I'm going overseas and this is one place you're going to. No, bro, that's not how that works at all.
Huge, bro. Being in America, especially as a player, there are certain things that it just comes with being the number one power in the world.
Yeah,
being the center of the world for so long, people cater to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You get out. That's that one moment you realize, oh wow, there's more than just
for sure.
The U.S. Especially if you're from Texas. If you're from Texas, don't even get out of Texas. It's so big, like you know what I mean. So
when I was in,
so like it's just crazy. Like you be like, what's going on? But once they travel, and get that experience.
One thing that blew my mind is when I was in France, because I was in NM2, so we're driving to all of our games, like in the buses and stuff like that. And it will be like maybe like 8 hours or something like that. But we're going from the top of the country to the bottom of the country in a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, and it didn't hit me until I'm out there for like 6 months. And I'm thinking, it takes me longer to get from one end of Texas to the other end of Texas than it does to get from of another country. And I'm like, yo, that just blew my mind. Like the United States is huge.
But this is the thing. What the United States is, United States.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
States equates to countries.
It's wild.
You know what I mean? So France is literally a state in the U.S., technically.
Which
so
is wild,
that's pretty much what it is. That's why it's so, different.
Yeah, for sure. And that perspective, like, it keeps you going. Like, all that stuff, just learning stuff while you're overseas and seeing things. I was seeing castles and stuff. I'm like, yo, what the I'm like, yo, what the fuck is really going on right now, bro? Architecture is fire, bro. It's definitely fire. So, 2 more questions and I'm out here, bro. You looking fly. I know you try and get out tonight. A man's got it on him today. When was the moment that you realized basketball was more than a game?
So many. I would say when I was in the playoffs and I just seen people be inside the gym and outside the gym watching the game like on a big screen while it's like damn near freezing cold.
The real love
what you're
for
doing.
fans. Yeah,
and I've seen people like cry their heart out when we lose a rivalry game. And you just be like, wow, they're taking this seriously.
Yeah.
I can't, we kind of feel like you got to do right by them, especially if they chose you to be somebody that they put on the team.
Very happy you said that. This is not even, fuck the other question. Yeah. This is going to transition into this load management thing that's going on in the league right now. Like, I have a couple of takes on it. I have a couple of like feelings about it because of course you don't want nobody going out there hurt. Like, obviously not. That's never a thing. I'm an athlete. Sure. I would never want another athlete to go out hurt and hurt himself more. Yeah. But it's assuming these doctors aren't lying and these guys are really medically cleared to work out and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. As somebody who wants to give back to the people who are literally changing your life, the fans, you know what I'm saying, like that, how do you feel about this whole load management thing, bro? Like, in terms of, like, for somebody who's played everywhere, played for countless of fans and stuff like that, and you just spoke on wanting to give back to these people, these motherfuckers are making bukus amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm like, yo, bro, you should play. like in my personal opinion, you should play. I get it. You're trying to make it to the end of the season, get a championship and all that good stuff, bro. But I feel like there's a kid in them stands who they're not going to be in the playoffs. They're not going to get to go to a playoff game or something like that. But they're going to be here at the beginning of the season when the tickets are cheaper. You know what I'm saying? To see their idol play and all that good stuff. I feel like if you're healthy enough, you should definitely be out there on the floor. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I have mixed feelings.
For sure.
One, because I see where they're coming from. 82-game season definitely takes a toll.
Absolutely.
Now, that doesn't mean – and if you think about it, the league, what it was before when we were young to what it is now is a totally different thing. So they're trying to change the way they're doing things. We also have advanced in terms of technology and in terms of, like, medicine and all that kind of stuff. So there were prior injuries and things happening to people back in the day that now are preventable. Yeah. They actually try to maximize productivity on the court. Yeah. So here's the problem. I understand that. You have the player's health on one hand. You have the fan that you're trying to reward on the other. So that player fills the seats. The further he goes, the more seats get filled. Yeah. With that being said, I do feel like they owe their fans to a certain extent, especially, like I said, being a sense of like pride and representation and all that kind of stuff, to go out there and perform if they can. But if it's just like to further their chances of getting to a playoff or being fresh against somebody, or saying, like oh, these guys are Detroit Pistons right now, which they're changing the narrative a little bit. Detroit Pistons, we're playing against them, so I don't need to play. I've been there before. I'm not going to lie. Even overseas, I've had games where I was like, okay, I don't feel like I should play much. You can play the guy behind me because I feel like
that's different. That's a little different,
though. That's what I'm saying. So, but like, I just don't want the narrative to be because they're getting played, they got to go play. They got to go play. Got you. Because of the bread. Understand. If they are going to play, it needs to be like something deeper than that. But if you feel like they got to play because they just play, you're kind of like watching their pockets. It kind of dehumanized them a little bit. Understandable. But they did sign up for that job. Yeah. It's part of the contract. So as long as the team is willing to, like, I say, fund that and just, take that L. I understand what you're saying. I see what it is. But if the team wants you and you're just doing that, it's like you're not showing up for your job. Yeah. So these older heads, they just need to, like, kind of
older heads for sure be doing too much. No, without a doubt. Without a
I
doubt,
feel like
be
you
doing
just,
way too much.
you
They're mad.
Yeah,
Every old head that has all these issues, they're just mad they're not making as much money these guys making. And it's very
because
evident.
they're also thinking, what if I took load management?
Yes.
What would happen? You know,
that's all it is.
There are some maniacs that you will never be able to tell.
Yeah.
Take load management. Tell that to Kobe. He will look at you like, are you crazy?
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Now everybody's built different, so they're not built the same. So they just need to be doing things differently. So,
one thing I really wanted to talk to you about, and it's going to be the last thing we talk about, I wanted you to touch on Africa in general, playing in the bow. You're probably going to be one of the only people I know that's played in that, and it's a relatively new market for the most part. So can you just speak on that? What it's like going back there, playing, being a part of that culture, and being a part of that revival of the basketball scene?
Man, that was such a good experience.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually, I'm not going to say good, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize how big of a deal that was, and how many opportunities that can be for, like, the local kids.
Yeah.
You have, like, one of the top prospects that's going to be in the next year's draft is playing at Duke right now with Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Come on, Malwak. Like,
Yeah.
Sudanese kid.
Yeah.
Bro, that kid was in Senegal, my country, like, playing in the NBA Academy, and you could see, like, his development from what he was to what he is and what he's doing. Last year in the BL, he killed it. Duke, him going to Duke is like probably the best thing that happened, and he's just like, killing it right now too. So I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with that. It's definitely going to open a lot of doors. I'll just take my own example. When I was growing up, I did not have an NBA academy.
Yeah.
Had I had it, I would have been able to go through high school and play
for sure
earlier. So that is bringing extra source of income, revenue, and how do you call it, more jobs for people down there. And the one thing that all African players mostly lacked back in the day is skill work. It's getting evened out.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we were learning. Like, all we had was raw talent, athletic abilities. That's changing now.
Yeah.
We're literally just, like, learning how to actually
play the game
and at a younger age, which registers better, and you build the right habits.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a great initiative, and the experience is amazing.
Yeah. Where were you at?
I was in Rwanda.
Okay, nice.
Playing for a team from South Africa.
Dope.
So just that is crazy. All these teams from different countries coming and, like, breaking borders and playing sharing the court at the same time. But I'll tell you this. The Senegalese leg, I want to go there and watch it as a spectator, not a player, just because of the vibes. Because when I'm telling you, that was electric.
Really?
They did a great job from organization, just like the ambiance, supporters, like fans in the crowd work, like just the intensity of the games, man. It's insane, bro. Like,
that's dope,
bro. That was such a good experience, and I want to be part of that. I want to be part of it as a player and as, how do you call it, just like a spectator.
That's dope, bro. Yeah, that's dope. And is that season's coming up again soon, right?
Yes, it's going to be probably somewhere around February, March.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't got no more questions for you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. And dope conversation, bro. Learned a lot for myself. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people that learn something also. It would be dope to have you back on another point in time in the future, because we will keep growing. I'm going to keep getting better at this interview and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're doing a good job, man. You could have fooled me.
I appreciate that, brother. So, once again, I'm going to have my guy's social medias up. Go follow him. He got a bunch of stuff going on in the social media space. I just saw your little ad with Wimby, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a regular human being
compared to him, right?
Compared to him, brother.
With an extra 2 inches.
With the extra 2 inches.
He's still taller than me, bro. Like, it's insane.
I'm gonna link that too, dude. He had a whole costume on, bro, an alien costume. They put a little extra 2 inches on top of his head to make him look more like alien. And Wimby's looking down on this guy.
Yeah, like, it was weird to even look up to somebody. I'm like, what is going on? You know, like,
that was crazy. That was crazy. So, long story short, I'm going to tag on my guy, his social media. Go give him a follow. Really good stuff going over there. Once again, thank you for coming on. Let me tell your story. And we are out. It's your boy, Tone. Deuces. Oh, wait, I lied. Nope. Circle back. Forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you. Like, comment, subscribe. Guy, I always forget to tell y'all that. You know I need you to do it. Please subscribe. Just it's late.
help my guy.
You know what the crazy part is? It's karma, because there's so many times where I could have followed somebody or subscribed to them, and I was just being too lazy. And now I get it. And I know you want to subscribe to me. I know y'all love me. I know y'all love me. Just you're being lazy. So just scroll up or scroll down. Press that subscribe button. Your boy. Deuces.
Tough bucket, boy.